The U.S. military may have accidentally revealed that anti-gravity aircraft are real, and they've been hiding them in plain sight. Official Navy patents describe triangle-shaped aircraft that defy the known laws of physics. These craft use plasma engines and powerful electromagnetic fields to manipulate their surroundings in ways conventional technology can't. Is this reverse-engineered alien tech? Or has the U.S. quietly cracked the code to anti-gravity flight? The most important clue is hiding in an official government database, the U.S. Patent Office. While the public focused on blurry UFO photos and odd eyewitness reports, the Navy filed a document that could change everything. Patent number 10,144,532, approved on December 4, 2018, has a bland title, Craft Using an Inertial Mass Reduction Device. But what's inside is anything but ordinary. It reads like science fiction, and it's backed by the U.S. government. The diagrams show a sleek, triangle-shaped aircraft, eerily similar to the UFOs people have reported for decades. The patent describes a form of propulsion that doesn't use traditional engines. Instead, it bends the rules of physics. The man behind it is Dr. Salvatore Cezar Pais, an aerospace engineer with a mysterious background. He studied at Case Western Reserve University and worked on classified military projects. Back in 1999, he wrote a thesis on bubble formation and microgravity, research that would become strangely relevant. According to the patent, the aircraft contains a charged chamber and a special outer shell. It uses microwaves to generate powerful electromagnetic fields, shaking the craft at extremely high speeds. This creates what the document calls a local polarized vacuum around the vehicle. The goal is to manipulate the universe's four fundamental forces: gravity, electromagnetism, the strong force, and the weak force. By using energy and magnetism, the patent suggests it's possible to reduce or even cancel mass, essentially creating anti-gravity. The deeper you go into the patent, the more advanced it gets. It mentions quantum field theory, gravitational waves, and even the Casimir effect, a real quantum phenomenon where space creates force between surfaces that are incredibly close. But the most shocking part isn't the science. It's the fact that this patent exists at all. The U.S. government doesn't waste time protecting technology that isn't at least theoretically possible. The Navy invested real time, money, and resources to secure the idea. And the timing is suspicious. Around the same time, the military began releasing videos and pilot testimonies about aircraft that could fly silently, make impossible turns, and accelerate instantly. Even Forbes reported on it, noting how closely the patent matches decades of UFO sightings. More patents followed, building on the same concepts, covering plasma propulsion, electromagnetic drives, and room temperature superconductors. Each one had full diagrams and official paperwork. It raises a tough question. Has the Navy broken the laws of physics, or is this an elaborate cover story for something even more secret? If the patents are legitimate, we might be looking at one of the biggest scientific leaps in human history. If not, it could be the most advanced disinformation campaign the military has ever pulled off. Either way, it's not speculation. These designs are real, filed by the U.S. government, and tied to classified programs. But these patents are only part of a much bigger story. The roots of anti-gravity technology stretch back more than 70 years. During World War II, scientists began exploring extreme theories of propulsion. After the war, through Operation Paperclip, the U.S. brought Nazi scientists to America, some of whom had already studied unconventional flight using electromagnetic forces. The concept works like a kind of space-time trick. Regular aircraft push against the air to fly. Anti-gravity systems bypass that entirely. They don't push, they alter the space around them. It starts with Mercury, placed under intense pressure, then spun at extreme speeds using nuclear power. This creates a charged plasma that generates powerful electromagnetic fields. Those fields are believed to disrupt the Higgs field, the invisible energy that gives matter its mass. Think of gravity like a bowling ball on a stretched sheet, pulling things toward it. Anti-gravity technology flattens the sheet, so there's no pull. The electromagnetic coils inside the aircraft cancel its mass, making it nearly weightless. NASA and other institutions have quietly studied this for decades. The American Institute of Physics has published real research on mass reduction via electromagnetic fields. Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, a top-secret aerospace division, has poured money into gravity experiments, but the results remain locked away. The underlying science is rooted in Einstein's general relativity, which explains how mass bends space and time. If that bending can be reversed or manipulated using energy, then artificial gravity, or anti-gravity, is possible. A weightless craft could pull off extreme maneuvers that would crush any pilot in a traditional jet. At high speeds, it wouldn't need conventional engines. It would glide nearly silently, with only a soft hum from the plasma systems. Quantum science makes it even more fascinating. The Casimir effect proves that empty space contains energy, and anti-gravity tech may harness it using special chambers to amplify this invisible force. But all of this requires a massive energy source, likely small nuclear reactors. That could explain why these craft have only been spotted in military zones like during the Gulf War, in Afghanistan, and other conflicts where experimental weapons might be tested. Superconductors, materials that can carry electricity without energy loss, have long been part of advanced research. Some Navy patents even claim room temperature superconductors, which would be a massive breakthrough. Meanwhile, various scientific teams have observed unusual gravitational effects during high-energy experiments. These aren't just ideas on paper. Some results are real, even if building a fully functional system remains extremely difficult. Now, elements like quantum science, electromagnetic energy, and advanced materials are finally converging. What once sounded like science fiction is starting to feel possible. A few researchers have reportedly built working machines from these concepts, even as mainstream academia continues to dismiss them as unrealistic. As scientists worked on the theory, strange aircraft began to appear in restricted airspace, raising serious questions about what's really possible. Steve Douglas, a longtime observer of secret military aircraft, had spent years monitoring classified flight zones with radio scanners and high-powered cameras. As a veteran spotter, he could identify all known stealth and test aircraft. But in 1994, over White Sands Missile Range, he saw something different. A large triangular craft moved through the sky in a way no known plane could. Douglas captured it on video. It emitted an odd crackling noise on his radio scanner, typical of electromagnetic interference from high-energy systems. White Sands was no ordinary location. It's where the first atomic bomb was tested in 1945, and the site has long hosted experiments with nuclear propulsion and other classified technologies. 3 months later, on September 26, 1994, something else happened. At Boscombe Down Airfield in Wiltshire, England, a mysterious aircraft reportedly crashed. Royal Air Force Monthly referred to it as an unidentified aircraft crash. Witnesses described a small, twin-tailed stealth plane going down near Stonehenge around 11 p.m. Both the British and American governments denied any knowledge, but Boscombe Down was a well-known site for testing experimental aircraft, including technology gathered through intelligence. Some reports claimed the crashed plane had been involved in laser targeting during the Gulf War, guiding F-117 bombers to their targets. These accounts suggested that triangular stealth aircraft had already seen combat, operating behind the scenes in real war zones without detection. Through the late 90s and early 2000s, sightings of similar craft increased. The National Institute for Discovery Science, based in Las Vegas, collected detailed reports of triangular aircraft seen flying over cities and highways, not the remote locations normally used for secret testing. Unlike typical classified projects, these planes seemed to appear where civilians could easily spot them, raising questions. Had secrecy standards changed? Or was there a reason the public was meant to see them? Some skeptics, like geoscientist Ben McGee, suggested the sightings were just Border Patrol drones with strobe lights, creating illusions of exotic movement. But that didn't explain the silent flight or extreme maneuvers reported by so many eyewitnesses. In July 2012, the Laredo Paranormal Research Society in Texas filmed a triangular craft flying in ways no normal plane could. It hovered, darted sharply, and showed no visible means of propulsion. Sightings continued through 2018, with people in northeastern Pennsylvania, capturing footage of triangular aircraft, glowing with plasma, and interfering with electronics as they passed. All of this pointed to a long-term test program, one that gradually moved from scientific theory to operational craft. And beyond eyewitness accounts, some technical documents described aircraft that appeared to defy known physics. The TR3B Black Manta appears in military reports as a subsonic stealth reconnaissance aircraft. But the claims about its capabilities are extraordinary. Engineers familiar with the design say it's a triangular craft roughly 200 feet wide, powered by an unconventional propulsion system, while it uses 3 conventional thrusters, one at each corner, for balance and maneuvering. Its true power source is a central anti-gravity system. This system uses a circular plasma field generator that distorts gravity, reducing the craft's mass dramatically. With its weight nearly canceled out, the TR3B can pull off right-angle turns at supersonic speeds without falling apart. It can go from 0 to hypersonic velocity in seconds, something that would normally kill any pilot.